With the recent release of Mass Effect Definitive Edition on Game Pass, alongside me battling COVID, battling in quotation marks, I decided to replay them all again, and I went for all achievements to 100%. What I discovered in Mass Effect 2, which I thought would be extremely difficult from what I remembered, it's been a long time since I played Mass Effect 2 on Insanity difficulty, but what I remember it being extremely difficult. However, I discovered a new build that allowed me to breeze through this in less than a day. I want to share that with you because there are lots of new players to the game now, and Insanity can be quite intimidating, especially if you're coming straight from Mass Effect 1, which is a very difficult game. Mass Effect 2 is pretty much the same, but I have a build that I can share with you. Now, I know I said it was on Game Pass, which it is, and I did play it on Xbox, but I'm using PC just because it's easy to record, easy to edit, all that stuff. And I did also use the save editor on Mass Effect. So if you see something, I have extremely high skill points or something, it's just because I want to get the build to work, and I don't have time to go through the whole game again just to get to where I need to be. Now that's out of the way, we can literally jump straight into the build. Hopefully it won't take too long. The weapon we're going to be using is the Mattock. Now in order to get that, you need to come to Omega. Here's Afterlife. You need to go down to Ken Salvage. Now on my playthrough, Ken has gone. I've already done his sub-quest, if you like. But the Mattock is down here in his store. If you want it cheaper, you can talk to Harriet, complete that sub-quest and get it cheaper. This is what we need, the M96 Mattock. 75,000 credits. Anyone can get this at any point in the game. Voila. So, going over teammates we're going to be using. I'm going to be using Miranda. You get her at the very start. Well, as soon as you leave the Cerberus base. And then I always work on her Overload and Warp straight away because it's good against shields and Warp against armor. And then obviously her Cerberus leader. I did that before, as you can see there. And then for Overload, I always choose Heavy. I don't choose Group for anything because, what's the same with Warp? I will always go for Heavy because it's just pure damage. But it's very rare you'll get a group of enemies that you can use it successfully on together, to be honest with you. We'll just use the Heavy one. And then the next teammate is Kasumi. As soon as you have access to the Normandy, you can fly to the Citadel and get her straight away. Obviously, if you're not playing on the Definitive Edition, then you need the DLC for her. Shadow Strike, which is overpowered in my opinion. What Shadow Strike does for me, the reason I use it is because you can activate it on an enemy, and that enemy will stand still until she's done her attack. So she needs to cloak, get behind them, then strike. The strike alone does a lot of damage, but all I use it for is the ability to incapacitate an enemy, which is what I need, especially on Insanity. We will put points into Overload, we'll get it right the way up, but Miranda has Overload, so I'm not too fussed about it. Master Infiltrator, again, we just want the recharge time. For Shadow Strike, we want to keep spamming that. And then Flashbang Grenade, just because if there is like a group of husks or something, you can use that. It just stops them for a few seconds, allows you to catch your breath. And we'll go over my skill points now as well. Adrenaline Rush. This is the build. What we need, we're going to put it all into here. Now when you get to max level, which I would focus on Adrenaline Rush first, by the way. Every time you level up, Adrenaline Rush. We're going for heightened. You see time dilation here is 70%. Whereas this one is only 50%. Trust me, this is perfect. And then we're going to focus on Combat Mastery. Again, once that's maxed out, go for Combat Mastery. I'm going to go for Shock Trooper. Because unfortunately, you need the Paragon + Renegade bonus. There's a big part of this game. No matter what build you use, the game's story element, right? So it's going to focus on the story. Then we're going to get Energy Drain. That's going to be the next one we focus on. and it's going to be heavy again. Just because, like I said, there's no point choosing group because you're very rarely going to get a whole group of enemies you can use it on. If you do, then obviously it's nice, but it's very rare that happens, so we use heavy. Now what this will do will drain enemy shields, or mechs, shields, Geths, shields, their health, all that stuff, and puts it into your shield. So if you're in a bit of a pickle, pop that, you're good. And then with ammo left over, we're going to go for concussive shot. Again, going for heavy. And what this do is, if an enemy has a barrier, that'll take a big chunk of the barrier down. But if they're just a red health bar, so no shields, no armor, no barrier, nothing like that, it'll knock them down to the ground, which is nice when you're on the collector bases, especially. And then any points left over, just put it into incendiary ammo. Whatever you want. I had on my Xbox account, I don't think they were all maxed out, but I only use incendiary ammo. But you need to use destructor ammo to get incendiary ammo. Quickly to point out, energy drain, I only have that because I imported a save over from Mass Effect 1, so it gave me a bonus. So jumping straight into showing off the build, let's go into it. Remember, all we need primarily is Adrenaline Rush. Press 1 or whatever button you're using to play on, and Adrenaline Rush. Don't spam the Mattock, there's no need for it. Armored enemy, we're going to make Miranda, well, let's switch places. Use warp, armor's gone, Adrenaline Rush, pop in. So the mech's down, that'll be down for a while, so we don't worry about that. See how fast my Adrenaline Rush charges up. We're going to go inside, crouch again, and we're going to use Kasumi's Shadow Strike. That mech will now stand still, and I can pop some shots in, ensure she gets the kill. Well, she's got the kill and that should recharge nice and quick for her too now. Miranda will use overload on that shielded target. Up and pop up. Kill that one. And get the other mech down too. That one over there, we use a flashbang just to get him out of the way. He went flying. Concussive shot. Knocked him down. We can finish the job. Now I'll show off energy drain. Now I know they've got armor. Because they're mechs, I can still use energy drain. And I missed, of course. Brilliant showcase. Use warp again. Both mechs are down. There's not a very good display against the mechs, but there you go. Easy peasy. Now this is a good challenge. So there's a barrier. We'll use warp. And we'll use Shadow Strike. Let enemy now stand still. Again, I can pop up, get some headshots. He's dead. Nice and easy. It's literally just rinse and repeat for the whole game. But you can breeze through it like no one's business. Now, I don't want to make this video too long. This is my last build video on Mass Effect 3 took ages, so we're just going to cut it there. Honestly, mess around, play with it, make things your own. But if you do use this build, or at least use certain parts of the build, then definitely let me know what you used, what you changed, all that stuff, because I love Mass Effect and I'll be playing it for years to come, so I like to try new things. But let me know, and I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Bye.